Hi Leo, how are you? Welcome to your September 2017 reading. Thanks so much for being here. Well done, Leo. Bringing us a lot of activity this month. I think it all went well. I think we all, hopefully, are feeling better. And now it's time to turn the spotlight over to Virgo. Before I begin with the cards, I'm doing just a quick highlight of what's going on in the sky, and you have a lot of activity in your second house of money and also self-worth as well. There may be a lot to do for you in terms of self-worth and self-value. For those of you who know me at all, you know I kind of have a little bit of an issue with the concept of self-worth. So I say it more self-respect and self-love. Okay, and respect, when we talk about this word, we break it down into the Latin re, which means again, or back, to go back to something, and spectere, which is to look, right? Which is where we, get a spectator from, okay? And so to look again. And Mercury retrograde is perfect for re-evaluation, and self-respect, okay? So what is it? There's going to be so much focus and emphasis on getting things in order. Virgo, getting things in order, being detailed, being focused, being analytical. It's not maybe a fire sign's favorite thing to do, but it is an essential part of life, okay? I think the only sign this month that's really going to be having a hard time is going to be Gemini, because it's their fellow Mercury-ruled sign. I really think they're the only ones that are going to really be kind of struggling this month, but you guys are going to be able to handle it really well. And with the Neptune opposition going on, it's important for you to not lose focus or to blindly have faith, just because, oh, it'll all work out. No, you need to take action this month. It's very important. I have a hair on my face, guys. Sorry, I can't find it. You know how that happens, like tickles you. But anyway, it's important for you to stay focused, self-control, you owe it to yourself. Self-respect, self-love, okay? You owe it to yourself. So we had a card fall out for you. It's called the Princess of Wands. I'm using a new deck this month. It's called the Hermetic Tarot deck. And it is black and white, and it is quite detailed. I think it's showing okay. Hopefully it looks okay. And I have kind of a janky table, nothing pretty, but let me go ahead and put it down. And we've got some marks and stuff on the table, but whatever. Princess of Wands, love it, about optimism, excitement, enthusiasm, but still baby steps, one day at a time, okay? It is action-oriented, which you're great at, taking action, right? But small action. This is not a month where you're gonna be able to take off huge bites all at once, It is going to be about meaningful and purposeful activities. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Definitely getting a lot wanting to come out. 8 of Pentacles. This came out for Taurus as well. Doesn't surprise me, a fellow or fixed sign. Detail. Prudence. Not a good month for lavish spending, not a good month for extravagance. And Leo, I know that you do like to, maybe it's not always expensive things, but it is more like special things and one-of-a-kind things. Whether they're expensive or not is kind of irrelevant, and things that people want and envy. So now is a time to really just button up that little purse of yours and just keep things focused. Obviously things need to still be taken care of, bills and all that, but still to keep it simple. Keep it simple. This is a Virgo energy. It's associated with Virgo and the sun. And we do have the sun entering Virgo this month. Lord of Prudence. It is about putting your head down and really going to work. And you may feel like you're neglecting other parts of your life, or feel like you're neglecting other, other activities that you would like to do. But it's only temporary. There's nothing permanent here with this energy, right? There's nothing is ever permanent. It's always moving, always changing, always vibrating. So take the time, take advantage of this. It's just going to be like a desire. You're just going to be like, okay, I got to do it. And you will, and you can, and it will work out for you. And the Hermit. Interesting that we're still getting the Hermit, because I saw it so much before August. And the reason obviously is the eclipse that's maybe a more relevant time, is before the eclipse versus after the eclipse. But I think a lot of us are still kind of just reeling from this Saturn retrograde. We have Saturn, starting to go direct this week, which is exciting because a lot of this resistance that we've been occurring is going to just start easing up, and we are going to find balance. And the Hermit is that introspection that must be done so that we can take advantage of everything that we've learned. Again, to respectere, to respect, to look again. Look at what you went through. Look at what was said. Look at what was done. And really ask yourself what part of you came out. The thing about the Hermit, and we talk about Hermit, we talk about Virgo, because Virgos are notorious for the Hermit. It's something that they love to do because it's about perfecting themselves. It can be incredibly painful for a Virgo to go through this. And I think a Leo would have some difficulty here, because it demands admitting that there's room for improvement in some place, and to admit that maybe it could have been done better, and to say, okay, well, how can I do it better next time? In your relationships and within yourself and just your life in general, how could it be better? How can I be better? The thing with the Hermit is it produces permanent results. So as you grow, as you change and you evolve, and you adapt new lines of thinking through the Hermit mode and through deep analysis, detailed analysis, you are producing permanent change. You are not the same. You cannot be the same. It's like to unknow something. You can't unknow something. You can't unhear or unsee something. You know what I mean? And I think that that's what you are going through, is this process of knowing. Okay, so Queen of Swords and Two of Swords. This has been popping out a lot, and I love that this is called the Lord of Peace Restored. Perfect balance. Perfect balance. We have it associated with Libra and the Moon. Moon representing our emotions. It's Cancerian energy. There may be peace restored in your homes for some of you. Queen of Swords. Now, I don't know if this represents you or someone else. Upon my first intuitive thing, it was like, oh, that's Leo. But I'll speak openly. A Queen of Swords is someone who is very sure. Some of you may be dealing with a Libra, okay? Someone who is very sure. Someone who is very... Let's think about this for a minute. Because they're kind of next on the docket. The Libra energy, right? Libra is right after Virgo. So they're starting, just kind of starting to feel the effects of the sun coming that just barely entered Virgo, right? They're starting to feel it, and they're starting to feel the force, just the way me, a Virgo, starts to feel it when it's entering in Leo. I'm like, oh, it's coming closer. I can feel it. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And there's a level of anticipation there. And the Libran energy, you could be dealing with a Venus Libra, Moon Libra, Ascendant, or an actual Libra, but someone who has this very diplomatic state about them. Or this could also be you as well. Someone that has a very sure mind, but also one that is seeking balance, one that is happy that balance is being received. Internal balance within your heart and your mind. There is an element of judgmentalism here as well, so that if this is someone else and you're going through this and attaining your own level of balance, there could be a judgment being placed upon you. There's an ego here where they could be projecting some insecurities onto you, because Queen of Swords is one of the most insecure signs of tarot. Libra is highly insecure, even though they don't really have a lot. There's really not a need for them to be insecure. They are. And they don't have a significant sense of self-value or a significant sense of self-worth. Oh, my battery's about to die. So it's important for them to, you know, at times, sometimes when they're kind of going through a downward spiral, they can project, you know, kind of thinking that they're better than people, but really it's their own insecurities being projected on, and they're kind of going through the same thing as well. So if you are dealing with an outside person, it's important for you not to judge them or to get frustrated by them if they get frustrated by you, because just know that they're kind of having a hard time acknowledging some of the things that came out in them. Like, they're probably not super happy about that eclipse season, because it's like, oh, there's stuff I got to work on. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best. And there could be some negative self-talk going on with them. So I'm sensing a deep insecurity with this person, really coming out really strong. So for you, Leo, having been, you know, going through the same thing that likely they are going through as well. Here's the card of intuition, the High Priestess. It's very likely that you have a keen sense of intuition, Virgo being one of the more intuitive signs. I would say, you know, like a Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, even, I would even say Aquarius as well, can be highly in tune with the psychology of others. So with the emphasis in Virgo, it's no surprise that a lot of people are like, being a little bit hypersensitive to the needs and the mind state of other people. And that state of mind, you know, it is going to be the same, but it's like their own version of it. It's the same as what you're doing, but it's their own version of it. Okay? And for a Libra person, okay, I'm not saying all of you are dealing with Libra, okay? It's the quality, the style, the vibe, okay? But they have Virgo in their 12th house, which is their subconscious. So they're feeling a lot kind of really surfacing at the moment. That's why I'm saying, like, when it's in the sign before yours, it's like they can sense the energy and they're vibrating, just like waiting for the sun to enter and come back for its solar return so that they can get a recharge, so that their batteries can get recharged. Two of Pentacles. Interesting, these have been coming out a lot lately. The two, this came out for this Cancer that I just did for you as well. The Lord of Harmonious Change. It's a beautiful month. This month has been so great. I think just given the Saturn going back direct and just being just directly after the eclipse, I mean, that combination of change in the sky, whether it's Virgo or not, totally irrelevant. It's just, oh, thank God we can breathe. It's about breathing, you know, and it's about space. You know, we don't feel that sense of restriction so much, and we don't feel that heaviness on our shoulders and just this intensity that has just been like clinging, you know, it's just been perched on our shoulders for months, and it's just like, it's time for it to go. It's been time, and it finally is going. 2, 2, and 2, and 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. And when we talk about the number 6, 6 is being associated with beauty in the Kabbalah tree of life. Beauty is a beautiful thing. Beauty in ourselves, beauty in the world around us. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. You know, what we went through the past few months, it wasn't for nothing. You know, it wasn't for nothing. It was for something. And here it is. Whatever it is that you've been wanting or you've been working for, you know, let's talk about the Pentacles for a minute. You know, first of all, we have the Swords, which represents the thoughts. We have Cups, which represents our emotions. We have Wands, which represents our spirit or the will, right? It's kind of what gets us up out of bed in the morning and gets us to go to the gym or gets us to go get that new job or whatever. And then we have the combination of those three, when they're all in alignment, they give us the reflection in the physical world. And that's what the Pentacles are about. It's about the manifestation of the combination of the other three. And here you have something new. The fruits of your labor are not going unnoticed, and they will be rewarded accordingly, negative or bad. It's positive usually, but if you've been, you know, sowing negativity, it could be something negative coming in as well. It all has to do with what it is you've been putting your energy toward and your attention to. What have you been paying attention to? If you've been paying attention to the beauty of what's been going on in the world, you've been paying attention to, I'm going to just only take this one because it came out upright, and I'm only doing 9 this month, which is Queen of Pentacles, which is perfect for the earth sign qualities. But this is actually the card of Capricorn, and when we talk about Capricorn, we think of Saturn. It's a very Saturnian month where the lessons are getting learned. You know, lessons are learned, they have been learned. And with the Hermit coming through, we have the conversion of knowledge and understanding into wisdom. Because without wisdom, which is action, right? The Hermit is an action-oriented card in spite of what you may think. The Hermit requires us to act upon that which we've come to the conclusion of. Without action, it's useless. And the Saturn quality here and the determined qualities of the Pentacles coming out, even the Queen of Swords energy too, can very much be about determination, determinism, and determining your own future, you know, and determining your own path. But if you do what needs to be done, you reap the rewards. And I see rewards coming to a Queen of Pentacles much, much easier than any other king or queen or knight. She's the one where things come more easily. Does she have to work for it? Yes. But when she dedicates just a little bit, she gets exactly what she needs in return. Okay? She's sitting on the throne of earth. You know, she is the commander of earth. And when she says grow, it grows. You know? And she doesn't have to... There's no conversion you know, from thoughts to anything. It's just within her power, you know. And there may even be a little bit of jealousy here if you are in a relationship with your partner, that this jealousy may be because they may have to work harder. You're taking on the Queen of Pentacles energy, but they may need to work harder than you. They might need to have to like dig in deeper to their soul and dig in deeper to their own life path than you. And there could be a little bit of jealousy going on. But the thing is that that's their problem, and that's their own projection of what they're projecting out, their own insecurities, you know. And while you can be there for them and be supportive, and you can be expressive and talk about what you're going through in this hermit phase, don't be afraid to ask or to request time, because this snake and this mercurial connection, Virgo and Mercury, there's an element of expression, talking, communicating, okay? It's not just about closing off the world. It's about demanding that the world gives you the time and space that you need. So you're going to need to tell people that. And to be also supportive of someone who may very well be going through the exact same thing. Because they could be projecting their like, ugh, how dare that person take time away and need to be alone and need to be independent while I'm wanting a relationship, or I'm wanting time from them, and I'm wanting, you know, I'm wanting something from them. Well, it's because they don't have the courage likely to request this. And they'll do it with the support of another. So if this is your significant other, for you to be the grounding for them, the earth to their air, it's important, because this is a mixture of water and air. Okay, so they're needing the grounding for sure. They're needing the emotional support, but also the push to get them to do their own inward focus of their own, because it's their responsibility ultimately, and you've got enough going on. You know, you've got enough going on. So to encourage them to do what they need to do, and to encourage their individualism, their individuality. Because when you think of Libra, I mean, they are the house of relationships. You know, they are ruled by Venus. So they are demanding. They can be demanding. Where Leo doesn't necessarily need someone, they have more of a need. And Venus, the goddess, you know, was jealous and possessive. And they can be very possessive. But if they feel safe and they feel supported, then it's like a baby bird leaving the nest. And they just need you to be there for them, okay? But I wouldn't expect them to be there so much for you. You're going to kind of have to do both. And I know that that's kind of annoying, but I'm not getting a vibe that they're necessarily like totally in your corner. So it's just something that you're going to have to do for yourself and just do in spite of this. But, you know, here we have Two of Pentacles. You see Capricorn and Jupiter symbols up in the corner. Capricorn, climbing that mountain. You're going to get there and you're going to reap those benefits sooner than you think. Now's the time to dedicate the time to lay the groundwork, and you'll see for sure it will come. Okay? All right, Leo, thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that. Have a good one. Bye.